Hollywood has always been built on a difficult illusion. The camera captures a single moment, yet audiences often expect that moment to last forever. For many of the women who defined film, television, and music during the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, that expectation became a lifelong burden. Behind every magazine cover and red carpet appearance stood a real person facing the same realities as everyone else: aging, self-doubt, and relentless public scrutiny. Some embraced change, others fought against it. Their stories reveal far more than cosmetic procedures or changing appearances. They reveal the human cost of living inside an industry that rarely forgives growing older. One of the most fascinating examples of that journey begins with television icon Donna Mills. During the height of primetime television, Donna Mills became one of America's most recognizable stars. Her portrayal of Abby Cunningham on Knots Landing turned her into a television icon. With striking eyes, sculpted cheekbones, and undeniable confidence, she embodied the glamorous image audiences admired throughout the 1980s. Abby was more than a successful character. She became one of the defining personalities of a television generation. As years passed, fans noticed subtle changes in Donna's appearance. The sharply defined facial structure that once distinguished her look appeared softer than before. Yet Donna rarely addressed cosmetic speculation. Instead, she kept attention focused on her work. That decision reflected a challenge many actresses faced while aging in Hollywood. Women often encountered pressure to maintain youthful appearances long after their careers were established. Despite those expectations, Donna's influence extended beyond appearance. She played an important role in shaping Abby Cunningham, helping create one of television's most memorable characters and proving that talent remained her greatest asset. What makes Donna Mills remarkable is her longevity. Decades after her breakthrough, audiences still remember her talent and screen presence. Her story reminds us that lasting success is rarely built on appearance alone. Trends change and public tastes evolve, but professionalism endures. While Donna quietly navigated the pressures of aging in the spotlight, another television star would make a far more public choice, one that eventually became inseparable from her identity. Long before reality television made her famous, Rinna had already become a familiar face through Days of Our Lives and Melrose Place. She possessed a bright, approachable beauty that felt energetic rather than distant. Her confident smile, expressive features, and lively personality helped her stand apart in a highly competitive industry. Over time, however, one particular feature became inseparable from her public image: her lips. Unlike many celebrities who avoid discussing cosmetic procedures, Lisa chose remarkable honesty. At 24, inspired by actress Barbara Hershey's appearance in the film Beaches, she received permanent silicone injections in her upper lip. Initially, the results seemed successful, yet as years passed, the material gradually shifted and hardened beneath the skin. The look that once enhanced her appearance eventually became a source of public attention and personal frustration. Rather than denying the issue, Lisa openly acknowledged her regrets. She later underwent corrective procedures and spoke candidly about the emotional consequences of a decision made decades earlier, helping audiences understand the reality behind a famous image. What continues to distinguish Rinna is her willingness to speak openly about mistakes. In an industry built on image, transparency can be surprisingly rare. Her story became more than a discussion about appearance. It evolved into a conversation about self-acceptance, accountability, and personal growth. While Lisa publicly reflected on choices from her past, another superstar faced global scrutiny, where every visible change sparked headlines around the world. Few entertainers have shaped popular culture as dramatically as Madonna. For decades, she reinvented herself while remaining one of the most recognizable women in the world. During her peak years, her appearance reflected the same confidence that defined her music. Strong facial features, expressive eyes, and a fearless attitude gave her a presence that felt powerful and distinctive. Rather than following trends, Madonna often became the trend others tried to imitate. As the years passed, public attention increasingly focused on her appearance. That discussion reached a peak during the 2023 Grammy Awards, when viewers reacted to noticeable changes in her facial features. Social media quickly filled with comparisons, criticism, and speculation. Madonna responded in a familiar way. She refused to apologize for her choices. Later appearances suggested a more balanced look, yet the broader conversation never disappeared. Many observers seemed more interested in how she aged than in the extraordinary artistic legacy she built across multiple generations, albums, tours, and cultural movements. Madonna's story ultimately reveals something deeply human. Even a woman who spent her career challenging expectations could not completely escape them. Beneath the headlines stood a person confronting age, scrutiny, and public judgment. Her experience exposed the pressure of living under constant observation for decades. While Madonna faced criticism from millions around the world, another Hollywood icon encountered similar judgment despite surviving far greater personal struggles away from the spotlight. Long before modern celebrity culture, Kim Novak became one of Hollywood's most memorable stars. Her performance in Vertigo secured a lasting place in film history and introduced audiences to a beauty that felt elegant and mysterious. With softly sculpted features, radiant skin, and expressive eyes, she possessed a timeless quality rarely seen on screen. Kim's natural presence helped make her one of the defining actresses of her generation. Public reaction to her appearance at the 2014 Academy Awards was immediate. Many viewers focused on visible changes in her face and compared them to memories from decades earlier. Yet those discussions ignored a much deeper story. By then, Kim had survived breast cancer, endured a serious horseback riding accident, and spent years managing bipolar disorder away from Hollywood. Her life had been shaped by perseverance as much as fame. While critics debated appearance, they often overlooked the difficult personal battles she had quietly fought and survived throughout her life. Kim Novak's story reminds us that every public figure carries a private history. Behind the headlines stood a woman who faced illness, recovery, and hardship with determination. The person standing on that stage represented far more than a former movie star. She represented survival, while Kim's experience exposed the harshness of public judgment. Another television favorite would confront a different challenge, finding strength through recovery and honest reflection after years of personal struggle. For many viewers, Heather Locklear represented the glamour of 1980s and 1990s television. Through Dynasty and Melrose Place, she displayed a natural charisma that instantly attracted attention. Her bright smile, expressive eyes, and classic California beauty helped make her one of television's most recognizable stars. At her peak, Heather projected confidence, charm, and elegance, creating an image that audiences remembered long after each episode ended. As time passed, fans noticed changes in her appearance, leading to frequent public discussion. Yet the more important story unfolded away from the spotlight. Heather faced personal struggles that proved far more significant than questions about looks. She battled addiction, endured difficult periods in her private life, and worked through challenges that often became public. Over the years, her focus gradually shifted toward recovery and stability. Rather than protecting a perfect image, she concentrated on rebuilding her life and finding a healthier path forward after years of hardship. Heather's story is ultimately about resilience. Recovery demanded a different kind of strength than celebrity ever required. Instead of allowing difficult experiences to define her future, she continued moving forward. Her journey demonstrates that genuine transformation often begins within. The most meaningful changes are not always visible on the surface. While Heather found strength through healing and reflection, another international actress would choose remarkable honesty, openly discussing a cosmetic decision she later regretted. Emmanuelle Béart was widely regarded as one of the most naturally beautiful actresses in European cinema. Her performances in films such as Manon des Sources introduced audiences to a screen presence that felt graceful and authentic. With delicate features, expressive eyes, and quiet elegance, she became an international symbol of beauty. When American audiences saw her in Mission Impossible, admiration for her distinctive appearance continued to grow. Unlike many celebrities who avoid discussing cosmetic procedures, Emmanuelle eventually spoke with unusual honesty. At a young age, she underwent a lip procedure that failed to deliver the results she expected. The experience permanently altered her appearance and became a lasting regret. Years later, she publicly described the decision as a mistake. Rather than hiding from the outcome, she discussed the emotional impact and the unrealistic expectations that often surround cosmetic enhancement. Her openness revealed a side of the industry rarely acknowledged and encouraged more thoughtful conversations about self-image and long-term consequences. What makes Emmanuelle's story memorable is her transparency. She transformed a painful experience into a lesson that could help others avoid similar mistakes. In a profession where silence often protects public image, she chose honesty instead. That decision earned respect beyond cinema. While Emmanuelle confronted regret through openness, another actress would choose privacy, allowing public speculation to grow while offering very few answers of her own. During the early 1990s, Lara Flynn Boyle possessed one of television's most distinctive looks. Audiences embraced her as Donna Hayward in Twin Peaks, where her porcelain complexion, dark hair, and striking features created an unforgettable presence. She later expanded her career through film and television, becoming known for a style that felt sophisticated and unique. Her delicate facial structure helped distinguish her from many Hollywood contemporaries. As years passed, fans noticed significant changes in her appearance. Features once known for sharp definition appeared different, leading to widespread speculation. Unlike many celebrities who address public curiosity directly, Lara chose another path. She rarely commented on rumors and largely avoided discussing personal decisions. That silence intensified public fascination. Without explanations, observers filled the gaps with assumptions and theories. Gradually, attention shifted away from her acting achievements and toward questions about transformation. For many longtime admirers, the situation illustrated how quickly public focus can move from talent to appearance. Lara Flynn Boyle's story is ultimately one of privacy. She never appeared interested in satisfying public curiosity or responding to critics. Whether audiences agreed with her choices or not, she maintained control by refusing to explain them. In an era that encourages constant exposure, that decision was unusual. While Lara chose silence over disclosure, another famous woman faced similar scrutiny while carrying one of Hollywood's most recognizable family legacies. For decades, Priscilla Presley occupied a unique place in American culture. Although many people first knew her through Elvis Presley, she eventually built her own identity as an actress, businesswoman, and public figure. Her dark hair, striking eyes, and refined features made her instantly recognizable. Throughout the years, she projected an image of elegance closely associated with the glamour of classic Hollywood. Over time, public discussion increasingly focused on changes in her appearance. Speculation often overshadowed her professional accomplishments. Later reports revealed a more complicated story. Priscilla acknowledged receiving treatments from an individual who was not a licensed medical professional. The substances reportedly used during those procedures contributed to results that proved difficult to reverse. Her experience highlighted the risks associated with cosmetic enhancement when trust is placed in the wrong hands. It also demonstrated how powerful the desire to preserve youth can become, even for someone who spent decades in the public eye. Priscilla's story offers an important lesson about caution and perspective. Behind the headlines was a woman facing pressures familiar to many people. Her experience reminds us that beauty standards can affect even those who appear confident and successful. More importantly, it shows the value of learning from difficult experiences. The lasting legacy of these women is not youthful perfection, but the resilience they demonstrated while adapting to life's inevitable changes. The stories we explored today are about far more than appearance. They reveal the pressure, expectations, and personal struggles that many women faced while living under Hollywood's spotlight. Behind every famous face was a human being trying to navigate change, criticism, and the passage of time. What remains most impressive is not how these women looked at their peak, but how they continued moving forward through success, setbacks, and public scrutiny. Their experiences remind us that resilience often becomes a person's most lasting legacy. Has Hollywood truly become more accepting of aging, or are its standards simply changing shape? Thank you for watching Hollywood Ann 268. If you enjoy classic Hollywood stories and the human truth behind fame, please subscribe and join us for our next video. One lesson appears again and again throughout Hollywood history. Fame often comes with expectations. Many performers spent years trying to fit into roles created by studios, audiences, and cultural norms. Some were expected to remain forever youthful. Others were expected to become versions of themselves that felt safer, more acceptable, or easier for the public to understand. Yet the desire to be seen for who we truly are is one of the most universal human experiences. And for the next group of public figures, that desire would shape not only their careers, but the course of their entire lives. Hollywood has always loved transformation. The perfect makeover, the dramatic comeback, the glamorous red carpet debut. But behind many of those public moments lies a far more personal story, one that cameras often fail to capture. For some celebrities, the greatest challenge was not achieving fame. It was finding the courage to live as their authentic selves in a world that often expected them to remain someone else. While audiences admired their success, many were quietly navigating questions of identity, acceptance, and belonging. Tonight, here at Hollywood Ann 268, we're exploring the remarkable journeys of 8 transgender public figures whose lives helped spark conversations far beyond Hollywood. Their stories are not about controversy. They are about courage, self-discovery, and the universal desire to be seen for who we truly are. Some found support early, others waited decades before sharing their truth. Yet each journey offers a powerful reminder that authenticity often comes with both challenges and rewards. Tell me in the comments which transgender celebrity journey shocked you the most. Let's begin our journey. For years, Gina Rosero lived with a secret that even many of her closest professional colleagues did not know. As a successful model, she appeared confident and accomplished. Yet behind that polished public image was a deeply personal history she rarely discussed. Assigned male at birth, Gina transitioned at a young age and built a successful career while keeping much of her past private. Like many people, she worried about how others might react if they knew her full story. That uncertainty remained with her for years. Then came a defining moment. In 2014, Gina stepped onto the TED stage and publicly shared her journey for the first time. Look at the footage of that presentation. Her calm voice carries enormous emotional weight because viewers understand the courage required to tell such a personal story before a global audience. The speech quickly resonated with people around the world. It was not simply a personal revelation. It was an invitation to empathy. Since then, Gina has dedicated much of her life to advocacy and education. Through public speaking and activism, she has encouraged greater understanding of transgender experiences and promoted the importance of dignity and visibility. Her journey teaches a simple but powerful lesson. Sometimes the truth we fear sharing most becomes the truth that helps others feel less alone. Few people enter the public eye as young as Jazz Jennings. At just 6 years old, she appeared in a national television interview with Barbara Walters and introduced many Americans to a conversation they had rarely encountered before. What struck viewers was not her age, but her confidence. From her earliest years, Jazz consistently identified herself as a girl, despite being assigned male at birth. Family photographs reveal a child who seemed remarkably certain about who she was. When people misunderstood her identity, she often responded with calm clarity rather than anger. Look at those childhood images for a moment. Notice how naturally she presents herself. There is no performance, only honesty. One of the most important parts of Jazz's story is the support she received from her family. Instead of dismissing her feelings, they chose to listen and learn. That support became the foundation that allowed her to face public attention with confidence. As she grew older, viewers followed her journey through the reality series I Am Jazz. The show documented not only issues related to gender identity, but also the ordinary experiences of growing up: friendships, school, family relationships, and personal challenges. Living under public scrutiny at such a young age was never easy. Yet Jazz continued using her platform to encourage understanding and acceptance. Her story reminds us that every young person deserves the opportunity to be heard, respected, and supported as they discover who they are. Fashion has always celebrated individuality, but Andrea Pejich challenged the industry to expand its definition of beauty altogether. Before her transition, Andrea had already become one of the fashion world's most recognizable faces. Born in Bosnia and raised in Australia, she gained international attention for her ability to model both menswear and womenswear with equal success. Look at her early runway photographs. Even then, there was something distinctive about her presence. She moved comfortably between categories that many people viewed as fixed. Yet professional success did not eliminate personal questions. For years, Andrea carried a growing awareness that her identity did not fully align with the role she was expected to play. Like many people navigating similar experiences, she spent time reflecting on what authenticity truly meant. In 2014, she publicly transitioned after years of careful consideration. It was not a sudden decision, but the result of a long journey towards self-understanding. What happened next surprised many observers. Rather than slowing her career, authenticity seemed to strengthen it. Andrea continued appearing in major campaigns, magazines, and international fashion events. Her success demonstrated that honesty and ambition do not have to exist in conflict. Today, her influence extends beyond modeling. She helped broaden conversations about representation and challenged assumptions about beauty in modern fashion. Her story is a reminder that embracing who we are does not limit our potential. Sometimes it allows us to reach it more fully. Long before the world knew her as Caitlyn Jenner, she was celebrated as one of America's greatest athletes. Her gold medal victory at the 1976 Summer Olympics made her an international icon. Millions admired her discipline, determination, and success. To the public, she appeared to embody confidence and achievement. Yet fame often hides struggles that cannot be seen from the outside. For many years, Caitlyn carried a private awareness that her identity did not fully align with the role she was expected to play. Growing up during a period when conversations about gender identity were far less common, she often felt there was little space to openly discuss those feelings. Instead, she focused on the responsibilities that filled her life. She became an athlete, a husband, a father, and a public figure. But despite decades of accomplishments, the questions she carried never completely disappeared. Imagine the emotional weight of living between public expectations and personal truth for so many years. In 2015, at age 65, Caitlyn introduced herself to the world. The announcement generated enormous attention, but beneath the headlines was a deeply human story. This was not about celebrity reinvention. It was about finally living openly after decades of reflection. For many older viewers, Caitlyn's journey carries a unique message. Life does not stop offering opportunities for growth simply because we reach a certain age. Her story reminds us that authenticity is not limited by time. Sometimes the courage to become ourselves arrives later than expected, and that does not make the journey any less meaningful. Laverne Cox's story is one of resilience, determination, and the search for belonging. Many people first came to know her through her acclaimed role as Sophia Bursay in Orange is the New Black. Her performance brought warmth, humor, and humanity to a character that resonated with audiences around the world. But long before television success, Laverne was a young person trying to understand herself. Growing up in Mobile, Alabama, she often felt different from those around her. Traditional expectations about gender and identity left little room for someone whose experiences did not fit neatly into those expectations. Like many people who feel misunderstood during childhood, she faced periods of loneliness and uncertainty. Yet those challenges never erased her determination to discover who she truly was. Everything began to change when she moved to New York City. The city provided new opportunities, new perspectives, and the freedom to explore her identity more openly. Over time, she began her transition and gradually built a life that felt more authentic. Success did not arrive overnight. It came through years of persistence, hard work, and self-belief. When Orange is the New Black premiered, Laverne became one of the most visible transgender actresses in mainstream television. Her presence helped many viewers better understand experiences they had rarely seen represented on screen. Today, she continues to advocate for empathy and respect. Her journey demonstrates that visibility can be powerful when paired with compassion, and that living truthfully often inspires others to do the same. Growing up as the child of entertainment legends, Cher and Sonny Bono may have seemed glamorous from the outside. But for Chaz Bono, fame came with unique challenges. From an early age, much of his life unfolded in public view. Millions of people felt they knew him, even while he was still trying to understand himself. As the years passed, Chaz increasingly felt a disconnect between his identity and the way others perceived him. The realization did not arrive all at once. Like many personal discoveries, it developed gradually through reflection, experience, and self-awareness. Accepting that truth required courage. It also required patience. Public expectations can be difficult enough for ordinary people. For someone connected to one of the most famous families in America, the pressure can feel even greater. In the late 2000s, Chaz began his transition after years of careful consideration. The process allowed him to align his outward life more closely with the person he knew himself to be. What makes his story especially meaningful is the honesty with which he has shared it. Through books, interviews, documentaries, and public appearances, Chaz has encouraged greater understanding while helping audiences see beyond stereotypes. For many viewers, his journey offers a reassuring reminder that personal growth does not end at a particular age. People continue learning about themselves throughout their lives. Sometimes the most important discoveries come after years of searching. And when they do, they can lead to a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and self-acceptance. As we move forward, our final two stories explore individuals who brought visibility to transgender experiences in very different worlds: fashion, activism, and professional sports. Sometimes a public platform becomes the beginning of a much larger journey. For Carmen Carrera, that platform was reality television. Many viewers first noticed her during the third season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Her confidence, charisma, and striking appearance quickly attracted attention. Yet the fame that followed would become only one chapter of her story. Look at those early television appearances for a moment. Behind the glamour and entertainment was someone continuing to discover her place in the world. After leaving the show, Carmen began embracing her identity more fully and moving forward with her transition. Like many personal journeys, the process was not defined by a single moment. It unfolded gradually through self-reflection, courage, and the desire to live authentically. As her visibility increased, Carmen also became more active in public discussions about respect and representation. One notable moment came when she spoke openly about language she believed was harmful to transgender individuals. Whether people agreed or disagreed, her willingness to engage in those conversations reflected a commitment to advocacy rather than silence. At the same time, she continued building a successful modeling career, appearing in fashion campaigns and international publications. What makes Carmen's story compelling is the way personal growth evolved into public influence. She did not simply embrace her own identity. She used her voice to encourage greater understanding for others as well. Her journey reminds us that visibility can create opportunities for meaningful dialogue, and that authenticity often inspires confidence that extends far beyond appearances. Few environments are more demanding than professional mixed martial arts. The sport requires physical strength, mental discipline, and the willingness to face intense scrutiny. Fallon Fox experienced all three.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.